Some houses don't need to be haunted. They were built wrong, like something got stitched into the wood and never came out. I didn't believe that until we moved into the farmhouse. Now, I can't sleep without hearing her scratching inside the walls. It started when my dad lost his job. We left the city, everything we knew, and moved to a cheap old house 3 miles outside a nowhere town. It had 2 floors, creaky pipes, faded wallpaper, and an attic full of junk. The place gave off that smell, like mold and forgotten time. But the weirdest thing, my room had a wall, slightly thicker than it should have been. I didn't notice at first, not until the knocking started. It was around 2:43 a.m. I remember the time because I took a screenshot when I heard it. 3 slow knocks from inside the wall, right behind my headboard. I told my parents. They laughed it off. Dad said, "Old houses make noise." But the next night, it wasn't knocks. It was scratching, like nails digging through old wood. Then a whisper. It said, "Don't forget me." Things escalated. My things started disappearing. Socks, drawings, small toys. Then I found them all stuffed behind a loose floorboard, next to a single word carved into the wood. L-I-L-Y. I asked the old man next door about the house. He got quiet and said something I'll never forget. There used to be a girl who lived there. She was kept in the walls so long she forgot the sky. They said she died in there, starved, forgotten, scratched her name into the wood so she wouldn't vanish. I couldn't ignore it anymore. I started tapping back at night, and she tapped in response. One night, I followed the sound behind my closet. The wall was hollow. I ripped the drywall off with a crowbar while my parents were asleep. Behind it was a crawl space, so small I had to get on my stomach to fit. There were finger scratches on the inside, so many, and a small broken doll with real teeth glued into its smile. Then I heard breathing right behind me. I turned around, but there was nothing. That night I locked my door. I couldn't stop hearing her voice, not through the wall, inside my head. "Let me out," she said. "Let me in." I didn't sleep. I watched the wall pulse like it was breathing, and around 3:12 a.m., a hand came through it. Not made of flesh, it was splinters and dust and screaming nails. It clawed for me. I screamed. My dad busted in. The wall was fine again. They told me it was a nightmare, but I wasn't asleep. We moved 2 days later. I didn't even pack. Last night, I got a package in the mail. No return address, just my name. Inside was a piece of that wall and a note scratched in red. "You let me in." She's in my walls now, wherever I go. So if you ever hear scratching in your room at night, especially around 3 a.m., don't knock back. Don't say her name. Don't think about her, because she remembers you now. They say kids make up things to explain what they can't understand. Monsters under the bed, whispers in the dark, faces in the window. But what if the monster is real? What if it's always been waiting, smiling at you from somewhere you forgot to look? When I was 8, I saw something in our bathroom drain. Not a bug, not gunk, a face. A pale face with thin lips stretched into a smile too wide to be human. The eyes never blinked. It just stared, grinning through the black metal holes of the shower drain. I told my mom. She said I had an overactive imagination. But I started avoiding showers, and when I did use it, I could feel him watching. Like the water wasn't washing me, it was feeding him. Then came the whispers. One night I heard them through the pipes, garbled but playful. "Smile back," it said. I screamed. My dad stormed in. No one believed me. But then I found something in the drain the next morning. A tooth. Not mine. That's when I made my rules. 1. Never shower past midnight. 2. Never look directly down the drain. 3. Never, ever smile back. Years passed. I thought I'd left it behind. Maybe I dreamed it up. Maybe I was just a weird kid. Until 2 weeks ago, my little cousin came to stay. 7 years old. Same house, same bathroom. One morning, she looked pale, shaky. She said, "There's a happy man in the drain. He told me a joke. It was funny, but I didn't get it." She started laughing randomly after that. Not like a kid, like a broken tape loop. Same laugh again and again, even in her sleep. That night I stayed up, sat in the bathroom. Midnight hit. I heard the water gurgle. Then the voice clearer than ever. "You grew up, but you never said goodbye." I couldn't move. The steam fogged the mirror. I swear, it wrote a word in the condensation. Smile. I ran, locked the door, tried to laugh it off, but laughter is how it finds you. My cousin disappeared 3 nights ago. Cops searched everywhere. Her room, the yard, nothing. But I know where she went. The drain in the shower is sealed now, welded shut. But sometimes the metal hums like it's laughing. And just yesterday, I turned the sink on and a new message bubbled up from the pipe in rust-colored water. Your turn. I haven't smiled in days. I keep my mouth shut, I avoid mirrors, but it's getting harder. Because when I close my eyes, I see his face again, and I think he's already inside me. They say some things are better left forgotten, buried under time, dust, and silence. I used to think those were just old sayings, until I found the tape. My name is Alex, and this is the last story I'll ever tell. After my grandfather passed, I inherited his house. I barely knew the man, just rumors that he was reclusive, paranoid, maybe even insane. But I didn't care. I needed a place to stay. The house was ancient. Wooden floors, groaned like they were alive. The walls had cracks deep enough to whisper secrets. But what got me was the attic. It was padlocked from the outside, like something needed to be kept in. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Well, I was the cat. On the third night, I broke the lock. The attic was freezing cold. Dust floated in the air like ash. In the far corner, there was an old box TV, a rusty VHS player, and one tape labeled in shaky handwriting. Play once, never again. I played it. Static. Then an image. My grandfather, younger, staring directly into the camera. He said, "If you're watching this, I'm probably dead, and it's out. The thing I tried to trap, the thing that feeds on memory." The screen glitched. Suddenly there were flashes, faces without eyes, rooms that weren't in the house, a voice whispering backwards. But what chilled me most was seeing myself sleeping in my bed, recorded from inside my own house. After the tape, things changed. My reflection started lagging behind me. I'd hear my name whispered from behind walls. I'd wake up with dust on my chest. Attic dust. I tried throwing the tape away. It always came back, sometimes already playing. The final straw, a note tucked into my grandfather's journal. It said, "It doesn't haunt the house, it haunts the story, and now you've told it." So I recorded this to warn you. If you're listening, if you've made it this far, it's too late. It knows your name now. You're part of the story.